You are addicted to noise. Let's not even sugarcoat it. This is a surgical strike on your current reality. You're addicted to the scroll, the ping, the next notification, the incessant chatter. You are a slave to the signal. You're addicted to filling every single second of silence, every micro gap of existence, with a podcast, with music, or with the sound of your own voice. The frantic internal monologue, just to prove to the world and to yourself that you are still relevant, that you still matter, that you haven't disappeared. It is the frantic avoidance of self, the fundamental cowardice of the modern soul. The continuous external input is designed to prevent the difficult, the necessary, the vital internal output, the creation of your destiny. You are consuming life, constantly feeding the machine. Never live in it. You are an ear, never a voice. But you clicked this video. This is your existential intercept. You saw the title, Stay Silent, and everything will come naturally, and something deep in your soul, in the quietest, most honest part of you, recognized a truth you've been avoiding. A truth that burns. You are here because you are tired of running. You're tired of chasing, tired of forcing things to happen, tired of perpetually explaining yourself to a world that isn't listening. You want the world to stop its chaotic spinning, to stop demanding your attention, and just come to you, naturally, effortlessly. That is the true, sovereign desire of every powerful person. No cap. The world has been tripping. Society taught you the oldest, biggest lie in the book, the foundational myth of the digital age, that the loudest person in the room is the winner, that you have to scream to be heard, fight for the spotlight to be seen, and beg others to recognize your value. That is the biggest lie ever sold. It is the matrix of noise, a system designed to keep you seeking external approval to fund yourself. You are a perpetually broke entity trying to fund your self-esteem. With digital pennies, they want you chasing the next high, the next validation hit, the next social transaction, the next dopamine spike. Your attention is their currency. You are a resource to be extracted. Your focus is their fuel. The system is perfectly engineered for your exhaustion. The competition will tell you that silence is peaceful or calm. They will give you gentle, fluffy advice. That's only half the truth. And the soft half, at that, the real truth. The brutal truth. Silence is power. It is not passive. It is active force. Total energy conservation. It's a weapon. Sharp, unseen, undeniable. It's a shield, deflecting the chaos of other people's problems and projections. It's the ultimate strategy for a life of dominance, of control, of quiet command. The person who masters silence masters the entire game, the entire battlefield of human interaction. That is the quiet secret of every king, every master, every legend who ever changed the world. They understood the value of their own stillness, the absolute power of conservation. In this masterclass, this is not philosophy for the weak. I'm not just going to give you theory. I'm giving you the blueprint, the complete architecture of the soul under fire. I'm showing you precisely why you fear the quiet, and how to weaponize it, how to turn it into an engine, a reactor core focus, how to get the respect, the opportunities, and the life you've been chasing, all by doing less, by stopping the frantic chase, by simply being the thing the world needs. We are not stopping the mission. We are stopping the performance of the mission. The work continues, but the explanation ends. This isn't just about being quiet. It's about becoming so powerfully complete that your silence does all the talking for you. It is the language of confidence, the dialect of command, the ultimate nonverbal communication. And the first step, the hardest step, is understanding why you're so terrified of it in the first place. Because it's not the silence you fear, it's what you hear inside of it. The unvarnished, raw, brutal truth of who you are right now. You must face the echo, the reckoning. This silence is the ultimate mirror. The moment the external input ceases, your consciousness is forced inward. When the noise cuts out, you are alone with your inventory, your spiritual ledger, your internal balance sheet. That's what terrifies you. The accountability, the fact that you have to face the gap between who you are and who you promised yourself you would be. So, why do we run from the quiet? Why the immediate compulsion to hit play, to scroll, to engage? The second your car engine cuts off. Why the frantic need for constant input, constant stimulation? Because in true silence, you are forced to meet the one person you've been successfully avoiding, the one you have the deepest, most non-negotiable obligation to, yourself, the authentic self, the sovereign self. The one who knows every compromise, the one who remembers every missed opportunity, every lie you told, every excuse you made. The internal critic gets the microphone, and it speaks the truth, the unforgiving truth. When the noise stops, your own thoughts, your fears, and your insecurities finally get the microphone, and they're loud. And that's a vibe check most people can't pass. They bail. They run back to the crowd, back to the noise, back to the addiction. You're left alone with your regrets, your what-ifs, the goals you haven't started, the person you know you're supposed to be, but aren't, the shadow you cast. That is the pain of potential deferred, the crushing weight of unfulfilled promise. The existential burden of a life not fully lived. The weight is suffocating. But here's the secret. You have to face that person. The current, flawed, exhausted version of you. To become the person you're meant to be, the transformation requires confrontation. You have to look at the ghost you've become and commit to building the warrior you must be. This requires total acceptance, total brutal honesty. The competitors' scripts talk about validation as a drug, and they're right. You've been trained, socially engineered, to seek external validation as your fix. An outside source for an internal problem. Silence is detox. It's the sobriety from attention. The withdrawal will be painful. The craving for the ping, the like, the approval. It will be intense. It's the hard reset, the factory default, the system restore. When you willingly step into the quiet, you are making an ultimate, unshakable commitment. You are telling your brain, I don't need your approval. I don't need their validation. My worth is not up for debate. It is resolved. That's settled. Final. This is the first, hardest, and most important power move. The declaration of self-sovereignty, ultimate secession from the empire of noise. You stop asking the world, with a beggar's hand, am I enough? And you start telling the world, with the strength of a king, I am. You are signing a new, non-negotiable contract with yourself. One that puts your internal peace and self-respect above all external gain, above all fleeting applause. This is the ultimate internal security, the ultimate self-reliance. The self is the sovereign, and the self must be ruled. This declaration requires you to burn the past, to liquidate the assets of your old life, to sell off the shares of your false identity. You are living in an emotional overdraft, drowning in the debt of other people's expectations. You are fighting to protect a version of yourself that was constructed entirely for other people's approval. That version is fragile. It is fake. It is a ghost built of compliments and expectations. It is built on sand, and the tide is coming. It hates solitude because solitude is the moment the audience leaves and the performance collapses. The stage goes dark. The applause stops. It leaves you in the empty theater of your own life, with the spotlights off. The first strategic step toward reconstruction It's brutal. It's the identity audit. You must conduct a ruthless inventory. You gotta figure out who the heck you are when you are truly alone. Without the titles, the labels, the expectations, without the mask you wear for work or for your friends. That is your whack persona. The one that is draining your reserves, feeding on your energy. That is the person you must fire. Immediately, without severance, ask yourself, be ruthless, be unforgiving. First, what activities or goals do I consume or participate in solely to impress other people? The new car, the expensive watch, the constant travel pictures, the elaborate social life, the fake hobbies. Are they for a genuine experience? Or are they for the image? The validation hit, the social status. Separate the reality from the performance. Be honest about the motive. Second, what would I stop doing tomorrow if you knew you would never, ever have to explain it to anyone? The toxic job you keep for the title, the friend group that judges you, the hobby that feels like homework, the endless commitment to obligations that drain you. Identify the time sinks, the energy vampires, the things you do out of obligation, the answers. That is your identity debt. You have been paying interest on a false self your entire life. That debt is why you feel empty. That debt is why you are tired. That debt is why you fear the quiet. You're afraid to lose the facade because you think the real you, the core identity, is weaker, but it is stronger. It is real. You must cut the debt. You must stop lying to yourself. Start doing what you genuinely vibe with. Not the crowd, not the algorithm, not the social pressure. This is how you build self-respect. And self-respect is the foundation of self-sufficiency. The cosmetic self disappears in silence. The authentic self thrives in it. We are executing the great unplug. A total disconnection from the grid of external approval. From the digital matrix. The moment you stop seeking acceptance, you start commanding respect. You are trading your fear of being alone for the freedom of being you. Unapologetically, this is the sovereign choice, the commitment to your deepest truth. The first step in building your internal fortress, the unshakable foundation. Silence is a truth serum. It is the ultimate tool for social espionage, for tactical awareness, for pure information gathering. You're putting down the microphone and picking up the binoculars. This is the first tactical advantage you gain in the field of human interaction. When you stop talking, you stop projecting your needs, your fears, your insecurities, and you start to really see. When you're no longer busy performing, explaining, and defending yourself, you finally have the bandwidth, the processing power to just observe. You become the quiet, calculating force in the room, the unmoving center of the chaos, the eye of the storm, and the truth you discover is immediate. It is brutal, and it is invaluable. You are gaining situational dominance. You will see who truly values you. This is the energy audit in real time, in high definition. When you stop being the one who always texts first, who checks in, who makes the plans, who carries the emotional labor, who still shows up. Silence reveals the people in your life who are there for you. The genuine allies, the loyal ones, and the ones who are just there for your energy, your money, or your connections. The weak will simply drift away. The strong remain. Good riddance to the energy vampires. You have successfully filtered your environment. More importantly, you will see the intentions of others. This is crucial in business, in negotiation, in conflict, in any high-stakes interaction, in any conversation, in a negotiation, or in an argument. Most people are terrified of quiet. They see silence not as peace, but as a gap, a void they must fill. EHH. They rush to fill the vacuum. They panic. They spill their secrets. They overcompensate. And in that rush, they will show you their entire hand. They will reveal their weaknesses, their motives, their insecurities, all because you had the discipline, the self-control, the inner stability to just hold your peace. You gave them the rope, and they used it to hang their own defense. You become the quiet interrogation, the unmoving judge, the patient predator. This is the strategic edge. You are gaining information, pure and undiluted. You stop reacting emotionally. You stop being a puppet to your own feelings. You start responding strategically, based on data, based on observation, not based on impulse. This is how you stop losing battles you never should have fought in the first place. You start to realize that not every invitation is an opportunity. Not every argument deserves your energy, and not every critic deserves a response. The power is in your restraint. You start protecting your peace like a fortress, a maximum security prison for your own. Focus. This is the first level of mastery. You stop leaking energy. You conserve the power. That energy you save is your reserve power, your fuel, your capital, and we are about to invest it into the one thing that matters. The hero project. The ultimate mission. You're done conserving. It's time to attack, with quiet force, with total concentration. Now that you've stopped pouring your energy into the external void, you have a surplus, an internal bank vault full of pure, undiluted focus. This is where we flip the script. This is where we stop being passive, a leaf on the stream, and start being active, the unmoving, unyielding mountain. This is where we stop consuming and start conquering. This is where you build. This is the sacred task. This is the step that separates the monks from the masters, the dreamers from the builders, the critics from the creators. We're not using silence to retreat from the world. We are using silence to build the weapons we'll use to conquer it. The world calls it solitude. We call it the quiet room of creation, the most productive space on Earth. You are in the lab, the forge, the war room. You are forging your future, one focused moment at a time. While everyone else is out arguing in comment sections, gossiping, chasing the next viral clip, you are committing deep work. The highest form of professional and spiritual practice. You are building your hero project, the mission that makes your life mean something beyond your own lifespan. You are committed to the one thing that will fundamentally change your position, your legacy, your self-worth, forever. What is that? It's your business, it's your skill set, it's your body, it's your mind. It's that one thing you've been putting off because you are too busy chasing attention. That one thing that requires long, uninterrupted silence. You can't be lonely when you're obsessed with your mission. Loneliness is a luxury the dedicated cannot afford. A weakness the ambitious reject. A distraction the sovereign ignores. You start to view alone time, not as empty space, not as a punishment, but as a priceless, uninterrupted resource. A competitive edge. When you're focused on mastering a skill, building a side hustle, or getting your mind and body right, every second alone becomes valuable. A moment gained, it becomes your unfair advantage. The time you leapfrog the competition while they are still arguing about the rules. You are trading immediate gratification for eternal distinction, a small price for a powerful reward. This is the quiet growth the competitor scripts were talking about. But we're not just growing routes. We're sharpening a sword, a weapon of focus. We are increasing our capacity for focused discomfort, the grind, the necessary pain of growth, the delayed gratification, the person who can sit alone for hours, days, weeks, focused on a single, difficult task. That person is unstoppable. Their discipline is their shield. They are building a level of discipline and focus that the modern, distracted world simply cannot compete with. They are building an internal world that is more interesting, more challenging, more rewarding than the external one. Their mind is their kingdom. You stop consuming. You stop accepting the world's input. And you start creating. You start providing the output. The world now reacts to you, not the other way around. You stop watching lives and you start building one. This is the ultimate get after it mentality. EHH. It is the most powerful self-respect you can demonstrate. Commitment to your own future, not dependence on luck. Now, the mission will test you. It will expose your weaknesses. There will be failures. There will be setbacks. The quiet will amplify the feeling of defeat. We need to prepare for the inevitable pain and make your mind pain-proof. The fatal flaw of most motivational content: they don't prepare you for the fallout, for the crash, for the critics. If your happiness is still fragile, if a simple critique or rejection can ruin your day, then all this solitude is just a quiet place to hide, a momentary retreat, not a forge. You must master the pain of rejection. You will not be happy, alone until you are bulletproof, impervious to the opinions of those who have not walked your path, those who have not paid the price. The fear of being alone is tied directly to the fear that if you put yourself out there and fail, you will have no safety net. This fear keeps you small. It keeps you silent for the wrong reasons. Fear. The fear keeps you confined to the safe middle ground, where nothing great ever happens. Here is the ultimate power move. You have to start viewing rejection as a data point, not a personal verdict. Rejection is not a stop sign. It is a compass needle. It points you toward a necessary correction. Get rejected on purpose. Start a conversation knowing it might end badly. Ask for the thing you are underqualified for. When the answer is no, you learn in real time that the rejection doesn't kill you. It just redirects you. It makes you smarter. This is the warrior's practice. You are inoculating yourself against weakness. This is the path to self-sovereignty. Your internal happiness is not controlled by anyone else's opinion, their fleeting judgment, their emotional volatility. You are uncancelable because the source of your approval is internal, resolved. A vibe check from the outside doesn't matter when you already passed your own internal vibe check, the only one that counts. You realize that your ego is not your master. It is your employee, and it must take orders from the sovereign self, the wise one within. The ego wants validation. The sovereign self demands competence and quiet execution. We've built the man who cannot be moved. The foundation is set. The fortress is complete. Now let's see how he interacts with the world. He does not chase. He simply exists, and the world rotates around him, naturally, effortlessly. The world teaches you to get what you want by chasing it. The truth is, you master relationships, business, and attraction by first mastering your absence. This is where the magic happens. This is the payoff. And everything will come naturally. The natural law of attraction that flows from true self-possession is unstoppable. When you are genuinely happy alone, when you are not looking for a human being to be your emotional utility pole, you fundamentally change the quality of people you attract. Neediness repels. Sovereignty attracts. This is a universal law. Absolute. If you have unresolved loneliness, you attract hostages and distractions. People who fill the void, but eventually drain you. When you operate from a place of abundance, you attract partners and allies. People who add to your life, who complement your mission, not who complete it. This is the law of sovereignty in action. The moment you stop chasing the world starts chasing you. You are no longer operating from a place of need, a place of deficit. You are operating from a place of abundance and choice. You are the wellspring, not the empty cup begging for water. That is a vibe check that is magnetic. It is undeniable. No cap. That is the ultimate pull factor. The quiet confidence of the unbothered man. When you stop chasing, you become a filter, a quiet barrier. Desperate, needy, and chaotic people are repelled by your new, calm, sovereign energy. They can't find a foothold. They can't get the emotional reaction they crave. They just fall away. You become highly selective, naturally, without effort. You are not the butterfly chaser. You are the garden, the flourishing garden of your own discipline. And the butterflies come to you. Now, the final shocking truth, the ultimate power of silence. It's dominance, not loud, aggressive, chest-beating dominance. That's weakness. That's the insecurity shouting. I'm talking about quiet dominance, the unshakable, undeniable presence of someone who is so grounded in themselves that they cannot be moved. They are the anchor. This is the person who walks into a chaotic meeting. Everyone is yelling. They say nothing. And suddenly, the room quiets down, waiting for them to speak. Their silence commands the space. The authority is inherent. This is the king's energy. The king doesn't run around his castle shouting, "I am the king." Everyone just knows. His power is assumed. It's in his presence. It's in his calm. It's in his restraint. The disciplined use of his energy. That is the power you are building. You're not just becoming a peaceful person. You're becoming the most powerful, respected, and dominant person in every room you enter. And you're doing it by mastering the one thing everyone else is terrified of: silence. The loudest statement you can make is saying absolutely nothing when the moment demands everyone else speak. The power of the withheld word. The final paradox. The truth, the masters accept loneliness is not a bug in the system. It's a feature. You heard me. It is the necessary friction required for every person who is meant to achieve something truly epic. When you pursue greatness, you naturally become an outlier. You commit to a mission that is bigger than the vibe check of your peers. You get lonely, not because you're flawed, but because you outgrew the room. That isolation is proof you're on the right path. It is the cost of admission to the elite club of hyper. Every legend who ever changed the game, they all spent time in the quiet room of creation. They weren't lonely. They were simply focused, paying the price of greatness. Embrace the loneliness as validation, as confirmation. Every time you feel that heavy silence, smile. That's the universe confirming. You're almost there. Keep going. You're not like the rest. The pain of solitude is a compass pointing toward your highest potential. Never trade your purpose for company. Never trade your self-respect for convenience. You are the anchor, the unmoving center. You now have the code. You have the blueprint. The work starts now. Your commitment must be absolute. Here is your final launch protocol. Your get-after-it plan. For the next 72 hours, challenge you to execute these 3 things, no exceptions. 1. The deep unplug. For 1 full hour each day, put your phone on airplane mode in another room. No inputs. Just a notebook. You will engage in high-value boredom. Sit with the initial discomfort. It is the feeling of growth. 2. The energy audit. For 1 full day, do not initiate a single text or call, not a single one. See who values you enough to reach out first. The results will be your new truth, your new filter, your new tribe. 3. The mission focus. Define your hero project, the one thing that matters. And for the next 72 hours, every single time you get the urge to scroll, you will work on that mission for just 10 minutes instead. 10 minutes of building is more powerful than an hour of consuming. Go get after it. Turn off the distractions. Embrace the silence. Live by the ultimate truth. Your loneliness is proof you are destined for greatness. It's a sign of potential. It is the call to power. If you're real about building a life of internal power, you know what to do next. Hit the subscribe button right now. We only deal in blueprints for greatness.